Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Intertwined Stitches. Today is Saturday, January 4th, 2014.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season.
And hopefully everyone is having a good start to the new year.
Yes.
I'm Stephanie, also known as XCO Mom.
I'm Lakshmi, also known as knitterbynature. And we have a lot to show you today.
Lots to talk about. We have been separated for like 2 weeks, so we've just been sitting here chatting for like a half hour. We're like, maybe we should get back to the show.
Right.
And if you hear noises, the boys are all upstairs playing whatever they're playing, and they're very excited to see each other, so they're really noisy. Yeah, so you guys stayed here for the holidays, right?
Yes, just had a nice quiet Christmas at home with family.
Yeah, we traveled all the way to Ohio, and that was fun. It's usually a very pleasant car ride because the boys are really excited, but they have their video games and whatnot, so they're pretty in the backseat.
That's good.
But, yeah, once we get there, then the chaos ensues, and it's a whirlwind. We were here and there and here and there, and it was chaotic. But I got to go to a new yarn store with a new friend. Hi, Hazel. It was amazing. I think it's called Rivers Colors, something like that. It is amazing. If you are in the Cleveland area, actually I think it's in Lakewood, but you know, Cleveland area, check it out. It's amazing. Did you do anything special for New Year's? Did you guys wait till the ball dropped?
We did. We tried to watch it on the internet, and that didn't work out so good, so we kind of missed it.
Aww. We told Xavier that he could stay up, but then, like, as the night wore on, he kept, like, he was fading, and we're like, dude, it's time for bed, and he just lost it.
He's so excited to tell me that he watched the ball drop,
yes.
too.
So we let him stay up, and it was, woo, you know, 3, 2, 1, the end, and he's like, that was it. The ball. What happened? Where did it go? We're like, that's it, buddy. It's not that big a deal. So we'll see. I got hand mitts from Lakshmi for Christmas. Aren't they awesome?
Yes, that's one of my finished objects. Would you like to know the pattern?
Yeah.
It is Ritzy Knits by...
Ritzy Knits.
Oh, I forgot to write who it was by.
It's got this cool, like, ruching-y, zhuzhiness.
Mm-hmm. And it's knit out of Knit Pick City Tweed.
And they fit perfectly.
DK in the Tahitian Pearl color, so they're like a nice medium gray.
Yes, and they're tweedy. Get close. I can show off my new tattoo while we're at it. Ta-da!
Yay!
That was part of my Christmas present from my mom and my aunt. We all went and got tattoos together. 2 days after Christmas? The day after Christmas? Whatever, one of those days. My mom was like, call some places. So I called, and some friends recommended this place called Art Bomb. It's in Canton. No, it's in Maslin, Ohio. And it was really nice. It was really neat. But tattoo. And it's an infinity symbol. I can't get the angle right. It's an infinity symbol with the word love and a heart on the end. Stands for infinite love.
Nice bonding experience.
It was neat. I wish we had all got to be like together the whole time. My mom and I went in this room back here, and my aunt was out here. My aunt got hers on her chest, like right above her heart, and then my mom and I both got it on her wrist. And I got mine in purple, but the other two got black, but I like it. I told my husband it stood for my infinite love of the color purple. Anyways.
I have more finished objects.
Yay!
I finished the clogs I was making, the Christmas clogs.
Nice.
I have them to show off because I decided not to gift them this year. I decided to do something else. My yarn came a little bit late, and I did not want to be stressed over the holidays about getting gift knitting done.
Right.
So I just decided to do something else, and I'll have these to gift at another time. So I made 2 pair.
Wow, so these are pre-shrinking.
I made 2 pair. This is the men's size.
I'm sorry, but it just cracks me up how big they are before they get felted and shrunk down.
Yeah, so you do the
no, she doesn't want you.
The sole first, and then you knit the body from the toe up, the cuff, and then you do an extra sole on the bottom, and then you sew up the seams.
It's very neat.
And then it'll felt to hide all these like little holes and inconsistencies and be wonderful. And
nice.
This is the red pair, which is the men's medium I made for a size 10 foot.
Pink.
Hi,
Go
honey.
play.
No.
Nope. Oh, what's Daddy doing?
Hi.
So go play with Daddy.
No.
Okay, so this was a fun project, and I plan on making many more of these because it's so quick. It takes like a day to make a slipper.
And how many skeins of yarn does one pair?
It takes about 4 for each.
For each pair.
No, yes, 4 skeins for each pair.
Okay, I was
2 of
gonna say
each
4
color.
for each slipper. My goodness.
Yes, and
Wow.
because I divided them up, I almost ran out of this red for the sole, but because I did this slipper, I had enough left over from doing this part that I could finish it up. But yeah, it does take a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
So it's about $20 a pair.
Wow, that's a nice gift.
Yeah.
Hopefully they appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know some members of my family are like, I don't understand why anyone would spend $30 on a skein of yarn. I'm like, you have no idea what that $30 skein of yarn feels like as opposed to this $3 skein. There is a difference.
Big difference.
And they just don't get it. Non-knitters just don't understand. I have lots of finished objects, but most of them have been given away already. I finished I made my dad a Winds Chief out of Barocco Ultra Alpaca in this colorway. It was variegated gray and black, and in the hat it actually striped. And so with the stripes going and then the angle that the ribbon goes, it looked really neat. And it turned out he loves it. He said it's very warm.
Oh, nice.
I finished my little Bigfoot that I gave to my aunt, and she loved it. I snuck it in her lunchbox because I didn't finish it till the evening of Christmas, and she hadn't seen it at all. And I stuck it in her lunchbox before she had to go to work ungodly early in the morning. And because he was so furry and like legs were everywhere, she reached in her lunchbox and thought it was a spider. And she was like, ah! But then she like took it out and saw what it was, and she thought it was adorable.
Did you get a picture?
I didn't. I didn't get a picture of the hat or the Bigfoot.
Cute.
I know, he turned out so cute. I'll have to have her send me a picture. I also finished I finished my brother's 49ers hat, which was a trip. All that fringe for the mohawk. Like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
But he loved it. My niece ended up actually helping me with it because he works in a restaurant, so he didn't get home every night until like 11 o'clock, so my niece would stay up and wait for him. And she was helping me. She would I had all the colors laid out on the arm of the chair, and she would hand me the stripes that I needed to tie into it, and she was very sweet. And Jeff, my husband's like, what are you going to do when your brother comes home? Because I wasn't quite done yet. I'm like, Peyton's going to distract him. And she took her job very seriously. Like, Justin came in, she's like, and she runs in the kitchen, and she's like, Daddy, don't look at Aunt Stephanie, just look at me, Daddy, just look at me. Like, it's okay, honey, I'm almost done. But I finished that, and my mom ended up giving us 49ers buttons, like the pins that have, a pin. They were like vintage 49ers pins, and he ended up putting them on the sides of the hat, so it was very neat. I should have taken a picture.
Yeah.
I didn't even take my camera to Ohio.
Oh, whoa.
Fails.
Yeah.
But I finished my trillion.
Beautiful.
I have to block it. I just got more pins today because I'm like, my one box of T-pins is not going to block out all of this lacy.
All those points. You have wires?
I don't. Ginger tried to talk me into buying them today, and I almost did, but I didn't. I should have.
If you want,
I
maybe
need
you can
them.
borrow mine.
Oh, thanks. That would probably make it easier, huh? Yeah. Anyways, so there's that. Ba-ba-da-da. I love it.
Totally your colors, too.
Yes, it is. I love it. And so I almost wore it today, pre-blocking, but I haven't woven in the ends. I decided that was probably too far.
It was cold enough today to do that.
Gosh, it was so cold. Do you want to do the drawing next, or you want to talk about what we
Sure, well, yeah. Well, I bet everyone's anxious to see who
Our
won.
100-member drawing. We did it off camera so that we didn't sit here bumbling around like fools while we drew. Because we tend to do that sometimes, technology's not always on our side. So, for the pattern, The winner was number 8, which was Apple 380, which is Jamie in the UK. So
congratulations!
Contact me on Ravelry, and I will I will send you the pattern of your choice, up to $10, up to $8, whatever we decided on. So contact me, XCOMom, on Ravelry, and I will send that out to you. And then for the yarn,
this yarn right here, Cascade Heritage Paints.
The winner was number 19, which was Aurisha. Sorry if I'm butchering your Rav name, but that is Tam, and she lives in Australia, and her project was the week's worth of socks in a row, or all on the same needles.
Crazy sauce.
My goodness, I am so impressed. So impressed. I'm looking at her 7 pairs of socks, and I'm like, 3 pairs of socks for my boys is nothing compared to that. I need to suck it up, Buttercup, and do it, because my goodness, I am wicked impressed.
And there was lots of projects that were
I don't know what that
just
just was. Oh dear. But yes, thank you all for entering. Your projects are all gorgeous and wonderful, and those are some lucky Christmas receivers for a lot of the different hats and whatnot. Very exciting.
Yeah.
So thank you for everybody.
Yeah, thanks for playing along.
And thanks for giving us 100 members. It's really exciting.
Very exciting for us.
When we sat down and did this a few months ago, we were like, maybe we'll get some people to watch us, maybe not. And now we have 100 people on our Ravelry group and over 100 on our subscribe channel for YouTube. So that's really exciting to us. I was at that yarn store in Ohio the other day, and I'm like, I wonder if someday people will be like, hey, I know you. Because that would be really neat.
Yeah. Other places than just like Rhinebeck or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, you know, our local yarn store where the owner knows us but doesn't know we have a podcast.
The principal of the school knows we have one.
Yes, thanks to
my son.
Which was kind of embarrassing.
That's okay.
I don't know why, but for me, like, to have complete strangers watch us is perfectly fine, but if somebody I know is like, hey, I watched you guys' podcast, I'm like, oh god.
No, it's a little embarrassing.
I don't know why. It shouldn't be. Whatever. Works in progress. What you working on?
I am working on, let's see, my Citron Grand.
I feel like because I'm wearing these hand warmers, I'm talking a lot more with my hands.
Yeah, to show them off. So just working
Wow,
along on
bigger.
this. It's a little bit bigger. Still on, what, section 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Oh, stuck in there.
Oh, I'm past the ruching. And
Wow.
a few more rows and I'll do another increase round.
That's going to be lovely.
Yes, so only 4 more sections to go.
Do you know what would be really pretty? Beads on that cream colored yarn. That would be pretty.
Yeah, I have to figure that out though, because I'm kind of wary about using beads when it's not written in the pattern. I haven't gotten over that, like, nervousness yet.
Gotcha. I understand. They are having a party up there. I really apologize.
And do you want to see the rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a new bag you sewed?
No, that's the first one I sewed.
Oh, okay. I just hadn't seen it in a while, I guess.
Just open this up, and this is the Traveling Woman.
Your ball's getting smaller.
It is, and I took the center pull ball and I made it into a regular round ball because I was getting
It's still pretty fuzzy.
yarn barf that was like getting all tangled, and
it was getting fuzzy from rubbing on itself.
yes, it was not fun at all. So this is how this looks so far, and I do start to see a little bit of the striping going on with the colors, which I'm not too crazy about, but
no, I kind of like it. It looks pretty on the screen.
but I think I'll be happy with it. So I'm just a few rows away from starting the lace.
It's not supposed to be stripy though, right?
I don't know. I thought it was just going to be variegated when I bought it.
It's very soft. Very soft.
Yeah, so it is knit out of Knit Picks Diadem, which is half baby alpaca and half mulberry silk.
Very nice.
And the color is garnet.
Now, would you recommend that yarn to somebody else? Is it just too much of a pain?
I wouldn't recommend it just because it's so tangly. It's hard to work with.
I'm sorry, I don't know what Zadie just yelled, but it sounded funny.
Everybody's cracking up about that up there.
Oh, jeez.
And then one more. I'm working on my socks. This is what I'm calling my earthy socks because they're knit out of
they look great.
the Middle Earth color of Cherry Tree Hill finger paints.
I really like those pops of green in there.
Yeah, this is Socks on a Plane. It's striping beautifully. It has like a dark brown, a light brown, a tan, and some little pops of green throughout. And I just finished the heel flap and the heel turn, and I'm working my way up the leg. There's one cable on the side here. I am not sure how long I'm going to make them yet because I have a lot of yarn here.
Right.
And I just weighed it and I still have 80 grams.
Wow. Out of 100 grams cake?
Yes.
Wow.
So I could make long ones and still have enough for some short socks maybe.
Wowee.
We'll see.
That's awesome. Alright, my works in progress. I think I left one upstairs.
Oh, and you know what? I have one more.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's not my turn. Wait your turn.
No, I thought that was the last one, but I forgot about my rogue sweater. I did a lot of work on this.
Using your cake.
My cake stitch markers.
markers.
Yeah, a couple of them. Because I ran out of the gold ones. But I worked all the way up the front. And I did the neck opening.
Look at that. Are you on your hood now?
Yes, I seamed the shoulders.
That's fantastic.
And then I had to pick up stitches around the neckline.
Now, did you 3 needle bind off this shoulder?
No, I seamed it.
Oh, okay.
Because you bind off before you seam it.
Gotcha.
And then the increases and decreases happen in the back of the hood.
Awesome.
And the cable comes up the hood and makes, you know, some increases and decreases along that side too. Because it's worked into the pattern.
That looks great.
So
Good job,
I'm really
Lakshmi.
happy with it, and it's been fun to work on. I just have to keep my iPad handy. I've been really happy using...
Which is nice because she got a new one.
I got a new one, and it's awesome because the Rogue pattern did download to Knit Companion this time, and last time it wasn't downloading.
Oh, nice.
And this is like a 20-page pattern.
Oh my!
With lots of charts.
Wow!
And it's really easy when you use Knit Companion to set up the charts and go row by row and have the key right there where you need it. And so I've been enjoying using that a lot.
Nice.
And it's helped a lot. So, and this is knit out of Knit Picks Full of the Andes in the fern color. And I think I used size 8 needles.
Nice. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, what have I been working on? I cast on another Windschief, whatever, however you pronounce it. This will be my third. The first one was knit in a solid color, the second one was knit in a variegated, and this one is knit in a tweed. So this is going to be for Jeff's uncle, who lets us stay at his beautiful house when we are in Cleveland.
I love tweedy yarns.
Yes, and this is Plymouth Encore tweed. So it's a wool acrylic blend. So
Machine washable, right?
yes. So that's what it looks like, the tweediness. It's very nice. I only worked on it a little bit in the car on the way home. You would think 8 hours of driving I would get lots of knitting time, but my youngest Owen is not really a great car rider on the way home, ever. And so he was very like, he would have his coloring book and throw it beside the door and be like, I want my coloring book now. And so there was a lot of reaching back and trying to entertain him and whatnot. So there's that. I worked on that. I also worked on my sock head hat a lot while we were in Ohio because I only took the projects that I finished. And then I ran out of things, and I'm like, oh, shame on me for not packing enough. So then I went to the yarn store and got that. I got that at Rivers Colors. I feel really bad for not remembering what that store is called. Some River Colors, whatever. I put this up there and started it. I cast on like New Year's Eve, and they have a big party there, so I didn't get a lot of knitting done. One of my brother-in-law's friends was there, and I was sitting there knitting for like a few minutes, and he's like, so is that what happens when you have 3 kids, you start knitting? And I was like, no, that's what happens when you move to the middle of nowhere in New England. Because you need hand knits, and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, you have to keep yourself occupied somehow.
Yes. I've been working on my socks on my DPNs, which... Do you like my bag? Hazel sewed this for me. Isn't it pretty?
It is pretty. Love it.
And it's got purple on the inside too. So I've been working on these. I got these handy dandy DPN holders. If you guys use DPNs for socks, these tubey things are amazing. I also got those at the yarn store that I went to with Hazel, but I'm not even going to try and say its name anymore. I'm to the heel flap on them. I am supposed to be knitting them on two circular needles or
4 double points.
Or something like that. Something that would have made the math easier, because you only do so many from needle 1 and whatever. But I'm to the heel flap. I just haven't decided to count out how many I need to do. So there's that. I finally got past that orange green chunk, and now I'm back to it again. But I really like the hot pink and the green in there. So they're my fun stripy socks.
And they're sparkly too.
They're very sparkly. They're pretty scratchy too. The sparkle in them is not very soft.
You might not notice it on your feet.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm knitting them very densely. I don't normally knit, socks at this gauge, but I feel like my other socks are too loosey-goosey. So that's why I'm trying it.
So what size DPNs are you using?
I believe they're 1.5s.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 1.5. They're carbons, which I love, and I want to get more of. I'm hoping to be able to go to Webb's for my birthday and get some more.
Yay.
Which is next month already.
I know.
We were at the store and there were Valentine's Day stuff everywhere, and my birthday's on Valentine's Day, and Owen was like, "Oh, look how pretty," and I'm like, "Do you know what all those are for?" And he's like, "Nope." And I said, "Those are for Valentine's Day, and that means Mommy's birthday's coming up." And he goes, "Oh no." I'm like, that's kind of how I feel too, buddy. And then my last work in well, I started telling you about my sock head hat, didn't I?
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, I am a little flighty today. I was working on my sock head hat a lot when I was in Ohio, and I decided to try it on because I think I've got like 4 or 5 inches of stockinette on top of the ribbing, and I was like, I'm gonna try it on, see how it is, because I don't want it to be too slouchy. And I tried it on, and the colors look awful on me.
Oh, really?
Awful. Like horrible colors. So I'm going to have to give it to my husband when it's done, and I'm crushed because that's my Kirby Werby yarn. And it was like my special, like, yes, I got Kirby Werby yarn.
Staying in the family.
Yeah. I told him, me giving this to you means I'm allowed to buy another skate of Kirby Werby for myself. That will look good on me.
And he likes slouchy hats?
He does. He's like, I've never had a slouchy head because he has a really big head. Really big head. And every hat that's supposed to be slouchy just fits him like a normal hat. So, I asked him if he wanted it to be slouchy, and he's like, well, we'll see. So, I'll try to make it slouchy for him. But even with, I think I'm up to like 6 inches total of the hat, and it barely to the crown of his head. He's got a really and I also cast on a brickless last night before the Buckeyes crushing defeat in the Orange Bowl. But that's how much I've got on it. This is Cascade Heritage Paints. I don't know them. Do they have colorway names?
They do.
It's rainbowy. Lakshmi gave this to me.
Let's see if this one does. No, it just has a number.
So it's very rainbowy, like a box of crayons. It's beautiful. And I really like how it's working up. I was telling Lakshmi it reminds me of those magnets that people have on their car for autism, where it's like the different puzzle pieces and they're all rainbow colored, because to me all these different sections of the different textures reminds me of puzzle pieces. So there's that. I really like it. I love Martina Bem patterns. She's
I do
brilliant.
too. Yeah.
Brilliant. I cast it on last night and started working on it. I'm like, oh, I just love Martina Bem patterns.
So fun.
It is. And a future work in progress. Yesterday, my 6-year-old and I were sitting at the dinner table, and we were talking about, this is for you. We were talking about monsters, and he was saying how they all look so different, and I was like, well, they look so different because they're pretend, and they can look however you want them to look because they're pretend. And he's like, oh, well, my monster would look like, he starts rambling off things, and I was like, If you want to, if you draw a really nice detailed picture of exactly how you want it, Mommy will try and knit you one to look just like your picture. And he's like, oh. So of course he gobbled down his dinner and he immediately went and drew this. And so this is his monster. And he wants it to have one really long arm, like the Rebecca Danger, the Presley Cash monster, I think, has one really long arm.
I'm not sure which one.
He wants it like that. And he wants one big eye. And he wants it to be medium-sized. And he wants it to be green. And then those little leggies. I was like, whew, that was, I could have gotten, or I got off easy because he could have gotten crazy detailed with like
really
spots
creative,
and spikes,
right?
and yes. So I'm like, whoo, that'll be easy. Got it.
And he's so excited about it too.
Yes, he told Lakshmi as soon as she walked in the door, my mom's gonna knit me a monster. So hopefully I'll have that either done or well on its way by the time the next time we record. Do you have stash in here?
I think I do, but I didn't bring it. So we'll talk about it next time.
I went to 2 yarn stores since the last time we talked, and I got Christmas presents from a friend. I picked these up at River Colors also because they were screaming colors and I loved them, and our yarn stores don't carry Plymouth Yarns Encore. So I picked it up. It was really cheap. It was like $6.
Which is a shame. It's a great yarn.
I know. It's, shh, don't tell them that. I want it to be $6. But yeah, it was really cheap, really nice. It feels nice, and it'll be warm, and it's washable. And there's cute colors. I'm going to make another pair of rock strata mitts out of these.
Ooh.
I ordered new DPNs. My in-laws gave me a gift card to Knit Picks for Christmas, and so I ordered some of the Caspian DPNs to make rock strata mitts out of this.
They'll be pretty. I just got some of the Caspian needles.
They're nice and sharp.
Yes,
and
they're just like the Harmony needles.
Yeah.
They're just different colors, which are really pretty.
My size 7s right now are very blunt, and they're a pain in the pooper to work with. So, I ordered new ones to make rock strata mitts with this. They're gonna be awesome. Melt your retinas. And then for Christmas, my best friend from college gave me, is a local to her farm called Crimpy Critters Alpaca Farm, and she got me 2 different kinds. She got me 100% pure alpaca and the fuchsia. And if you wanted to order from them, I guess there's a phone number, 440-968-0268. I don't know if they have a website, but it's really pretty purpley, reddy color. And then this is a boucle, which is lime green, and it's 46% alpaca, 46% tencel, and 8% nylon. And it's 1.75 ounces. It's a 50-gram skein. Same crispy, crimpy critters alpaca farm. And it's a really pretty, it's very soft. Very soft. So there's that. And then I went to our local yarn shop today, and she has this yarn that a man who used to live in Connecticut, who now lives in Georgia, especially hand dyes this for her. And it even says right here, individually hand painted for in sheep's clothing. And it is, it's pretty. It's in the skein. She has them hanging like this. So in the store was purple right next to this beautiful green that always slays me, and I was like, yep, that's going home with me. And then the red was there, and I'm like, I'll live with the red because I like the purple. So there's that. It's really pretty, and it's fun that it's, you know, only for her shop that he dyes this for.
Yeah, it's a unique colorway.
Yes, and it is 100% superwash merino. So she's like, oh, are you going to knit socks with that? And I was like, probably not. That's probably going to be a 1 skein shawlette pattern, probably Martina Bam, because that's how I roll. But there's that. And I ordered with my gift card all the things that just shipped yesterday, so they will be here in time for next recording, I would think. And I got a lot. Cool. A lot. I bought the Baby Hue Shift Afghan kit, So that in itself is 12 skeins of yarn. But I am trying to, that's it, I'm done for at least a very long time because I have a lot of stash.
Well, you have your birthday coming up, and you'll make an exception for that.
For my birthday, and then that's it. But yeah, I ordered, my husband gave me the new Mochi Mochi Land book for Christmas, the giant pattern, so I ordered the yarn to make the Roland, the roly-poly bug, because I think he's so cute. So I ordered some Knit Picks Brava bulky for that, because all of the stuff takes bulky weight yarn.
Make them nice and big.
Yes, he's gonna be so cute. I'm so excited. So yep, that's coming. A lot's coming in there. I think it was like 16 skeins of yarn or something like that. That's a lot. But it'll go to good use.
Yes. Absolutely.
And we have Raquel talking, and I feel like I've talked for a really long time, so
Yes.
it's your turn.
Well, we have a sweater cowl going on now, knit along, crochet along. Probably we'll see more knitted ones than crochet,
Probably.
but you know, you could throw some crochet ones in there if you want to. Yeah. And we're giving away a sweater's quantities worth of yarn, which we figured would be, we want you to be able to make a decent size sweater, so we're going to give away 1,500 yards, which is 14 skeins of wool of the Andes, Knit Picks wool of the Andes, and you get to choose the color. So just be patient when you do win, that we're going to place an order and then mail that out to you.
Yeah.
And then we're also giving away 2 patterns, sweater patterns. They have to be sweater patterns, $8 or less.
Yep.
And any sweater counts. It could be a baby sweater. We don't care.
It could be a
what
dog
size.
sweater.
Yeah.
Whatever sweater you want to knit. As long as it's a sweater.
And just go over to the chatter thread to chatter about your projects, and only place the finished objects in the finished object thread, which I'll open up within the next couple of days.
Yes. You can smash that love button all you want, but please go over to the other side and gush about their finished sweaters.
And what else was I going to say?
Must be a member of the group.
Must be a member of the group.
I think that's about it. 1 entry per person, but if you finish more than 1 sweater, feel free to put those pictures on there too.
And it can be an already started sweater.
Yes.
So finish up any of those UFOs you have.
I started working on my Good Ale again.
Good.
I figure I might get that done in time. But I also have my Ginny cardigan that I want to work on.
I'm focusing on my Rogue sweater right now, and I really want to get that done.
You're
and
close.
Then, yeah.
You're on the hood. You got what? The hood and then the
The
sleeves.
sleeves.
There's cable on the sleeves too, right?
Yes. But I think just at the wrist. I'm not sure.
Well, there you go. Once you get through that, you'll fly.
Yeah.
It'll be done.
So we're very excited about that, and
quite a few people chattering over there about what they're going to
Yeah.
do. Excuse me again. Sorry. Yeah. So it's really exciting to see what sweaters people are planning. There's some color work. There's some baby sweaters. There's sweaters already in progress. Yeah, lace ones. They're all really pretty. I've been looking for a seamed pattern for myself. I just cannot find the right one I want.
it might take a little bit of looking to find the perfect sweater.
Yeah. I frogged my Harvest Moon, so now I have another sweaters quantity just sitting there waiting
for a new pattern.
So there's that.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us today, and have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
Happy
Bye.
knitting.
Happy knitting.